This is Masha and Chuck from Brain Balance of Greenville, and their son is a student here, and they are very happily going to talk about their experience at Brain Balance with their son. So I just want to start with a question. What was your son struggling with that led you to bring him to Brain Balance?
Well, I think the main problem was we couldn't get along with kids at school. He is 4 years old, we're going to preschool, and a lot of issues came from school. A lot of issues were addressed at school, that he was hitting, he was disobeying, he didn't follow the orders, even simple ones, and very small vocabulary, so he couldn't really express his feelings. So went right to frustration and hitting, and basically that's when we started looking for information who can help us.
And you told me something, Masha, once that he had reactions to other kids if they were upset at the daycare?
Yes, he basically the main problem was, even if two kids were disagreeing or fighting, he would jump in. I don't know, maybe he was picking up the emotional negative wave or what was going on, but he would jump in and hit one of the kids to basically express his feelings about the situation.
And Chuck, what did you notice about him before he started here?
Well, mostly what I noticed is things like when he would speak from movies or television shows that he had seen. He didn't have a lot of his own choice of words for the situation, for what he was feeling. And when he couldn't think of those items, he would get very frustrated with anything he wanted to express, which again led to the same type of activities as he did at the daycares and preschools he was in. So there was a lot of hitting, there was a lot of not listening, not paying attention, stuff like that. So there was quite a bit that got us thinking that there's something we need to look into. So.
And everything that was quite obvious on the playground. There are different activities for different age groups, and he was very cautious. Like, he would never dare to get on the balance beam or climb up the ladder too high. He would explain me as much as he could that it's dangerous, we're not going to do that. And actually, right before we started the program, I noticed that he would trip over his feet, like he would fall all the time, with no reason. On the flat surface, there was nothing in front of him. Another big issue that we've been dealing since he was little, I knew that he had some sort of food reactions. We just couldn't grasp it. We did the allergy tests. It did show a couple here and there, but nothing significant enough that would interfere. I mean, no food allergies. It was mostly dogs, cats, things like that. But I knew that if I give him certain combination of food, the mood would change, he would get out of control. I just couldn't understand, is it dairy, is it wheat, is it soy? Well, it happened to be all of it.
Yeah.
So, yes, and not every doctor's office will offer you to do the sensitivity test. I didn't even know it existed. I thought only allergic reactions can be, yes.
Now he is really almost done with a 3-month program at Brain Balance, and we've seen him make major strides. But I would love to hear from you what you're seeing and what his accomplishments have been at home. So, Chuck, you want to go ahead and...
Yeah. Well, first of all, he speaks a lot more, of course. Is able to verbalize a lot better with the good things that are going on, the things he doesn't like. Some of the things I think that are really great are the fact that he will put his own dishes on the counter. Sometimes we ask, sometimes we have to ask twice, sometimes we don't have to, but he does it, and it's pretty regular. He's better about picking things up. You want to go do this? Fine, we need to pick these items up, put them away, and then we can go do this. So he picks them up and he puts them away, and we go do the next thing. So he's listening a lot better. He's more in I guess, what some people would consider, the average 4-year-old. So he's able to participate with things and ask for things. He's really learned how to wheel and deal
Excellent.
when he wants things. If he wants 10 more minutes.
Negotiate.
Oh, yeah. So he's a pretty good negotiator now. So he knows that, he's got some options and he's got some talents. Which before, like we said, he just, would just get frustrated with everything. And now he's learning that, okay, well, I want some more of this, and Mom and Dad want that, so let me go ahead and see what I can get out of it.
Excellent. And Masha, what are you seeing with the preschool situation now compared to before?
At the preschool, it's fantastic. First of all, I did tell you that story that before he'll get frustrated with kids if they're emotional, crying. And the other day there was a girl, she got upset over something. She's sitting at the table and crying. She came over to her and he is like, "What's wrong?" She told him the little story. He said, "I can't help you, but I can give you a hug." So the communication is there. He is looking for that communication at the playground. He's like, "Mom, there are kids on the playground." So he runs to them. He says, "Hi, what's your name? My name is this and that, and I'm 4 years old." So it's fantastic. I mean, it's going really good. And teachers actually told me that the more responsibilities he has, like erase letters off the board or put the dishes on the table, the more confident he is. And he actually is very into that. Just give him what you want and he will do his best to please you. About the verbal situation, I was going to tell you, Chuck had this rule, he comes home after work, he sits down with Alec, and then they would, Chuck would try to talk about the day, what was going on, and after a while it became tradition that Chuck talks and there's no response. So I see the frustration in Chuck's face, he wants that feedback, something back. And when we started the program, I remember one day he came home and as usual he's ready to talk with the wall. And Sasha, in a very crooked language, but he started talking about his day. He gave him 3 big things that we did that day. And I remember Chuck's face could lighten up. He's like, "And what else did you do?"
Yeah, try to get a little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more. So every day we talk about the day and it gets better and better. Verbally, just fantastic. Every day he gives me something new.
That is awesome. And I thank you both so much for doing this video about your experience at Brain Balance of Greenville. And we are so proud of your son, I can't even tell you. And the way he's grown and developed is just beautiful. And thank you so much, Masha and Chuck.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.